So today I thought I would film a like how I do my makeup video. It's probably my most requested video ever actually. I always get asked on my blog and on my YouTube. Not ill, I am actually just not wearing any makeup. I feel really good. I can see myself, I'm like, whoa. I have already moisturised my skin with the Simple Moisturiser. It's just a cheapy one from Tesco, or I think you can get it in Boots as well. So I always start my makeup off by putting a primer on. I currently use this one by The Body Shop, which is the Vitamin C Skin Reviver. It's a bit of a mouthful to say. But yeah, I just put a little bit on my hand and then just kind of like rub it on my face. Next I use my MAC concealer. I just pop this on my fingers and then I just put this on like under my eyes and on the top lid as well, just to kind of cover it before I put foundation on. I always put a bit around my nose and on top of my nose, just kind of anywhere where I've got a few blemishes that I just want to make sure are covered up by my foundation as well. And I use my MAC foundation, and this is Studio Fix Fluid in SPF 15. I use this really for weekends or if I'm going out, and more so than every day. If I want a general wear foundation, I use my Revlon Colour Stay. It's kind of just like an ordinary foundation that's not really amazing, kind of does wear off by the end of the day. If I'm going, you know, nowhere special, I kind of don't really worry about my makeup so much, so this is probably what I wear during the week and this is more weekend. For the sake of this video I'm going to use my MAC one. Unfortunately I've almost run out, so I have to use it from the pump, which is probably awful. But yeah, I just put a little bit on my hand. Kind of got in a habit where I always seem to mix a little bit of this Strobe lotion by MAC in. It's kind of like a pearly kind of cream. I just pop like a little bit on with my foundation. It kind of gives a bit of a glowy feel to the skin. Put the foundation on where I need it. So that is that on. If I have got a bit more time to do my foundation and I've got a little bit left on my hand from before, I will use a brush to put it on. So I use this Real Techniques by Samantha Chapman brush for my foundation, and this is definitely one of the best brushes I've ever used for it. So I just put the rest of my hand onto the brush and I just kind of go over it a little bit just to kind of give it the airbrushed effect. It kind of just finishes it off. Next I put on some more concealer. This one is by Maybelline and it's a 24-hour super stay. This is the best concealer I've ever used. I've always repurchased this. Just kind of dab this where I need it on my face, normally under my eyes, around my nose, on top of my nose and on my chin. And then I just rub it in, obviously. So after my concealer, then I apply my powder. I'm a bit of a powder freak. I have to have a powdered face. So I've got two powders that I actually use, and the first one is this No. 7 Translucent Perfect Light Loose Powder, and that kind of comes in this pot and it's got a little sponge and the powder is actually inside there. I always apply this first just around my eyes. I find it's a bit stronger than compact powder, so I just put some on the brush, oh some on the pad, sorry, and then I just put that around on my eyes. Just kind of loosely, because I'm going to go over it with a brush, so I don't really rub it in too much. I kind of just leave it on, just to make sure it stays on a bit longer. And then next, at the moment, I've been using this compact powder by MAC. And again, I've got another Real Techniques brush, which I use all the time for my powder. I think it is actually, yeah, it's the powder brush. I just put a bit in my powder, and kind of just go over my face quite lightly, and a bit down my neck, just to kind of make sure that the foundation doesn't move around. I've been really loving the Sleep makeup blushes at the moment. This one I've got is Pomegranate, and it's kind of like a deep berry colour. The colour payoff is really, really strong, so you don't really need a lot on your brush. I do use the MAC 116 brush for my blusher. Just put a little bit on and kind of rub it off on my hand, just so it's not so strong. And just kind of put it on the apples of my cheeks. And again with the other side. I do sometimes go over it with my powder brush just to like condense it a little bit, because like I said, they can be quite bright and no one wants to look like Pat Butcher, to be honest. So next is the eyes. I'm going to zoom in on this bit so you can actually see what I'm doing. But first I apply just a little bit of a shimmery eyeshadow. Sometimes I don't, you know, sometimes I use different colours, but today I'm going to use this one by MAC, which is Ploof, and it is this really nice pearly kind of white colour. I just kind of pop that over my eyelid, just kind of being a bit whatever with it. I don't really worry too much. It's just to kind of brighten the eyelids a bit. And then I always seem to put a little bit in the corners, again just to brighten your eye. Then just to put a little bit of colour in the crease. Today I'm using this black by MAC, which is just called Carbon, and a MAC 224 brush. I'm just going to literally pop a tiny bit of eyeshadow on the end of this, close my eyes and then pop it in the crease. If it does look a bit too much, just wipe the excess on your hand along with the other makeup and just kind of blend it out. Next is the most important part for me, which is mascara. At the moment I seem to have found myself using 4 different mascaras. First I'm just going to put on a little bit of my Maybelline Volume Express Lift Up. I kind of always wipe the excess off. Just poke myself in the eye. Oh. Next I'm going to use the Maybelline Colossal. Again, wipe off some of the excess, and as you can see the brush is just really like thick. Then next I kind of colour in my eyebrows a little bit. Again, I use about 3 different products for this. And my main product that I use is this one from Avon, which is the Glimmerstick Brow Definer in dark brown, and it's more of like a crayon rather than a pencil. I get the brush and I kind of just brush them through so they're all like in the same direction, or in one direction. Get the tip so I've got enough crayon on the end, and I just literally kind of run it through. So that's kind of like my face makeup done, and then I always add some lipstick. At the moment I am loving this Lady Gaga one by MAC. It's just a really nice baby pink. So that is my finished makeup look for today. Please subscribe, like this video, and don't forget to check out tinytwisst.com. Thank you for watching. Bye! See myself in the view van like a chicken like this. Makeup white and